Before we go any further, I want to say one important thing right away. The second lecture in this series is more difficult than the first one, not because it contains more terminology, and not because this is where the theory begins. It is more difficult because this is where we begin to draw distinctions. In the first lecture, it was possible to simply recognize yourself in the experience, to recall moments, feelings, events, without questioning the words we usually use to describe them. In the second lecture, a certain risk appears. The risk of realizing that some familiar words actually refer to different phenomena. And if at some point you feel resistance, discomfort, or the urge to stop watching, that is a normal reaction. Our goal here is not to destroy experience, but to carefully understand why some experiences truly transform us, while others flare up and fade away, leaving confusion or emptiness behind. We are used to speaking about love in the language of intensity. The stronger the feeling, the more real love seems to us. The brighter the experience, the more we trust it. There is nothing wrong with this. Intensity matters, but this language has a limit. It does not allow us to distinguish between two fundamentally different things: the entry into love and love as a lasting mode of existence. Very often, we call love what is actually only the moment of entering it. This moment is recognizable. It is experienced as excitement, elevation, sudden clarity. The world seems to come together. Thoughts stop conflicting. Attention holds effortlessly. And that is why we tend to think, this must be love. Excitement is not a mistake. It is not an illusion or self-deception. Excitement is a marker that a sharp reconfiguration has occurred in consciousness. In such moments, internal losses decrease, attention becomes coherent, meaning is grasped as a whole, energy stops dissipating. Subjectively, this is felt as finally, as a sense of rightness, as alignment with oneself and with the world. But one thing is crucial to understand. By its nature, excitement is unstable. Not because it is false, but because its function is to trigger an event, not to sustain a long-term mode. If excitement does not transform into something else, it either fades away or demands ever-increasing stimulation. Here we arrive at the first essential distinction of this course. Love begins after excitement, not at its peak. Excitement is the entrance. Love is what either emerges afterward or does not emerge at all. If after excitement consciousness finds a more stable way of existing, redistributes energy, reduces internal losses, forms a new mode of attention and meaning, then excitement was a phase transition, and love is its consequence. If, however, after excitement the system tries to preserve intensity at any cost, to return to the peak, to dramatize, to stimulate excitation again and again, then we are dealing not with love, but with an attempt to stabilize life through flashes. This distinction radically changes how experience is understood. It explains why strong feelings can leave no lasting trace, why crazy love often burns out, and why quiet, deep connections can be far more transformative. Love lasts not because the feeling never weakens. It lasts because the system finds an energetically efficient mode that does not require constant compensation. This is not coldness and not decline. It is a transition from a flash to sustained burning. In the following lectures, we will gradually examine insight as a phase transition, why love is experienced as truth, and how stability emerges. None of this can be understood, however, without first making the initial distinction between excitement and love. If after this lecture you feel uncertainty, that is normal. We are not closing the topic. We are adjusting the focus. Love is too serious an event to be left at the level of words that mix everything together. In the next lecture, we will take the next step.